Thank you everybody for joining this evening. So by a request, we're just going to go through how to get some conversation starters. So when you're approaching people about the products, this is more about the products rather than the business this evening. So this is a little bit more about how to start conversations with people, how to approach it. So I'm just going to take you through a few ideas here. So before we go into conversation starters, think about what your identity is within this business. So quite often people will say, what is it you do? Or what is it you're doing? Or, that kind of question where, it's very easy to stumble on that and to think, oh, I don't actually know. I kind of know what I am, but how do I put that into words? So this is just something that came from Artemis actually. So you can just change it a little bit, especially maybe the little bit at the intro or the first bit, just to suit you. So just remember that everything that we're going to go through tonight is more of a suggestion that you can fit it around to you. So it sounds like you talking. That's the biggest thing with our business. You have to be you. So what is your identity? I rep, or I represent, or I'm affiliated with, or I'm partnered with one of the top brands in the world in the beauty and wellness arena that are leading the way in anti-aging and wellness with the #1 technologies and proven researched results. So this is summarizing where skincare, wellness, and we're leading the way in anti-aging and wellness because we are the #1 for our devices, with being the at-home beauty brand for our devices. We are very science-based. We're all about the science, all about the results. So I love this. In fact, I'm going to show you because I suggest you do, you don't have to do it. I literally have got a post-it note here and I will write phrases, or if somebody on a training asks a question or makes a suggestion of phrasing or words to use, I write it down. I've had this post-it for so long, I've had to put blue tack on it so it stays in my diary. So it's just something I've got there to refer to. And actually, I think this summarizes quite nicely what we do. So I am recording this, so you can either screenshot this or just take notes, whatever works for you, however you like to do it. But this is your identity. Think of this as being what you do. So moving on then to Vera consultations. So this again is some suggestions. Like you've got to think of Vera as being a strategy. We have different strategies and pick what resonates with you. If you're thinking, actually, I really want to embrace the online, I really want to use AI. It works for me, it suits me, works for my lifestyle. Actually, the closest people in your network might not be interested, but you shouldn't let that stop you from really working with the way you want to work. It just means you need to find those people that are interested in what we do and how we do it to fit around your criteria. That's what it is. It's not always about you fitting into the people that are closest around you to test it. Just ask more people, or go onto Facebook. Who would like to take the latest skincare consultation? Keep it really simple. And the Vera, it's a great strategy if you think, oh, that is what I'm going to do. So you could just start with your closest friends and family. So literally just ask everybody. Or if you see somebody and you think, oh, I wonder if they're interested, or you've just met somebody new, or you've seen somebody maybe you've seen somebody that looks like they, could do with some, maybe, they have some skin issues or something, you could ask them, may I ask you, I'm just learning. So put, take, take the whole sales thing out of this, out of everything we do, because you're just asking people for their opinion. Would they be interested? You're not saying, I've got this. If you take it, you can buy products that work for you. That's not what we're saying. That is what we do, but that's not what we're saying. We're saying, may I ask you, I'm just learning something new. If you were looking at aging over the next 3, 5, or 10 years, what are your top 3 concerns? That's a great question because you're going to know what they're thinking or what they're bothered about most, because otherwise we're assuming all the time. And you know what assuming means? It makes an ass out of you and me. Um, so the best thing is to ask somebody, or I am looking for 10 to 20 women and men to test drive the latest AI skin consultation, and I'd love to get your opinion. Would you be open to being one of my 10 or 20 or however many you've said? And they're either going to say yes or no. If they say no on anything, go, that's absolutely no problem at all. Who do you know that does like skincare or likes to look after themselves? Could you help me here? You might be able to help them as well. So it's not just about helping you. They, who's not interested, might be able to refer you to somebody that might be interested or might be able to help if they've got skin concerns or always struggling or anything like that. So that's another great thing. And then if you have got somebody who is, maybe interested, or yeah, actually, I'd like to know a bit more, you could say, give me 90 days to serve your top 3 concerns or your top concerns internally and externally. And then, just give me 90 days to see if we can change your skin. Because we know in 90 days, especially if we're really addressing the inside and outside, they're going to have changes, a lot of changes. Even a lot of people's skin concerns and issues come from the gut or they come from the inside. So there's a lot there. So just really think, if Vera isn't your thing, don't worry about it. Don't make that your strategy yet. Make something else your strategy. But if you are thinking, do you know what, I'm really liking this, make it your strategy and that's your focus. And just keep going with that because the right people will come along. So another strategy we have is Lumi, and I know some of you have been doing this already. By the way, those that are getting the LumiSpa flyers, they're coming in the post. I posted them yesterday. Everybody else who I'm passing them on to, oh my goodness, they are amazing. They feel really nice. So I was thinking this is something really good to put in with a Lumi because it tells you all what the LumiSpa does, the 7 skin concerns. It's really good. It's really good. So it's definitely something to add in with your LumiSpa. So the reason we do the Lumi, and not everybody buys it straight away, but what is interesting, nearly everybody that I've lent my LumiSpa to, if they haven't bought it straight away, at some point they've come back to me and then they've had it. So don't be too disappointed if somebody doesn't really get it or hasn't had life-changing results in 2 minutes in one session. Don't worry about that, because if you're, doing your posting and there maybe you've got a WhatsApp group and they're in there and they're seeing more about what you're doing, they are going to go back and think, actually, I did quite like it. Because I remember when we first had the LumiSpa, it did take me a little bit of time. I liked how my skin felt, but it took me a little bit of time to introduce it into my routine. And that's, I think, sometimes is a little bit like it's a bit like, oh, we've got to do it again, but actually, once you get into it, you don't want to not do it. It's like brushing your teeth. So, Lendalumi is a whole strategy again on its own. I know people who do sell a lot of Lumi spas do a lot of Lend a Lumi. So if you've got your spare Lumi, just always think who's the next person it's going to go to, and the person you've lent it to, have they got anybody that they know? So try and think, everybody you speak to, get a referral from. You're not always going to get one. Sometimes they're going to look at you blankly. That's quite normal. But don't worry about that. Don't let that affect your emotions or your belief, because it's not personal to you. It's more about what's going on with them. So lending Lumi, is brilliant. And it's, would you like to test drive the #1 cleansing device in the world that will change your skin in 2 minutes? Ask Siri on your mobile, what is the #1 facial device in the world? Honestly, guys, if you haven't done this yet, just do it. It's amazing. Don't lend it for too long. This is the thing. If you lend it to somebody for too long, they'll end up not using it, they'll forget, is my advice. Plus, you want them just to have it for a few days so that they do use it. Then when you go to pick it up or you have it back, they don't want to give it back to you, but you want to have it ready for the next person. It's going on to the next person. And that's how you start to build with Lendalumi. You can do a mixture of all of it. You don't have to make them different strategies, but it's just good to know all the different ones that are available. Just try a few. Try one week and that one another week. Try it that way. It's not a one size fits all. It's finding the way that you love to do it and doing it a lot, and asking each person, who do you know that might like this as well? Who do you know that would like to have better skin? Or whatever it is about the products or the Veris consultation. So this is about conversation starters. And I know this is what you were asking about. My advice is, if you've got somebody, I think the biggest thing is taking that opportunity, isn't it? And, we all still do it now, and I still get a little bit like that, you get that, oh, shall I say something? Shouldn't I say something? Just do it. You might change their life. What is the worst that's going to happen? Are they going to punch you in the face? Probably not. Is anything really bad's going to happen? Probably not. Are they going to look at you a little bit blankly because they can't quite get what you're saying? Perhaps. Does that matter? No. You just say it, and just then, say something, add a story. So this is what I've put here, conversation starters. I've recently started a new venture, which doesn't, I think, why I quite like saying that is, quite often, if we've all got different things that we do, most people have got more than one sort of stream of income or different thing that we're doing. So we sometimes hold back because we don't want people to think we're not doing the other things that we're doing. So just talk about it as a new venture. It's a new venture alongside what I'm doing already. I've recently started a new venture, which I absolutely loving, all because add in your story, or your product story, or reason why you started the business. For Kim, it's because my friend suggested I tried the collagen because she'd had great results with it. Me with my knees, I would have tried anything. and I've had such amazing results. I would even pay double for it. Would you be open to testing a couple of products as I really value your opinion? So you're not asking somebody to buy, you're literally just saying, I've just started this, something new because of the reason why. Would you be open to testing a couple of products as I really value your opinion? Now, and that's literally your conversation starter. The next bit is what products. So this is quite important actually, because if you're asking somebody who has laser whitening treatment on their teeth to try the whitening toothpaste, you're probably not going to get the result you think you're going to get. So just say to them, we have, huge catalogue of products, and just go through us, our top social selling products are the whitening toothpaste, Pillow Glow, tanner, if somebody likes the self tan. I don't really get many customers for that. What else have we got? The mud mask is really good, or it might be, you might even just do a taste sample for the collagen if they're not interested in skincare. So just ask a few questions, or it might be a moisturizer or a serum, that kind of thing. So just ask them, what is your routine? What kind of products do you like to use? Do you like using products? I love using my devices. That is like my self-care. That's what I love. So just ask somebody, what would you like? Is it going to be hand cream or a foot cream? So ask them, because you're more likely to get a better review of it. So you're just asking them to review it. So you're not necessarily asking them to buy it. But if they review it for you, you can use it on your social media, use it on your WhatsApp group, use it as a story. Or if they don't want to buy it, who do you know, now you know you love it, that might like it as well? And it might even roll onto the business. So asking lots of questions is always key, but this I think is a really good way. Always use your own story. It's always more valuable. So I know we've got Yasmin on here tonight. So if I was, thinking, about Yasmin, you could just say that, however you wanted to say. You started with the toothpaste and the lip color, or you could just say, you've been using these products for quite a while, you've decided to do it as a business, you'd love to get some reviews, I'd love your opinion on it, I really value it, would you test drive a couple of products for me? That kind of thing. Or you could go, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people that would try a couple of products and wondering if you'll be open or know somebody that loves taking care of themselves. So keep it simple. You don't have to use language or words that's really, I don't know, just use words that work for you. That's like, imagine you're just having a conversation with somebody. That's what I always think. Just keep it, keep it not casual, but just be you. Say it how you would say it. But just say, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people, would like to try a couple of products, wondering if you'd be open, or know somebody. If they're not, don't just ask everybody for a referral. And a referral isn't, a referral can be really casual. Who do you know? Or I've recently started a new venture and I'm looking for whatever it is you're looking for, uh, product testers, or, somebody that might really benefit from the collagen, or it might be you're looking for a certain type of person to introduce to the business. I'm looking for salon owners. I'm looking for people that work, on their own, or in a business that would really value being, adding something else in and being part of the community and being mentored, you know, just these are the phrases. Who do you know that would love to give a review? To ask them, who do you know that might be able or open to giving me a, testing a couple of products? I think that's it actually. Right, I'm just going to end this now, and Stop sharing. Oh no. So, has anybody got any questions? I think Annette was going to come on. Were you going to just, have you got anything to share about your conversation starters?
Yeah, I use a mix of all the things that you've started, but that you've used. But I find that I just go with it's different for different people, and I know that's not hugely helpful when you start out, but it is about. And I find is if I focus on the other person and not on the outcome of what's going to happen, it's much more natural.
Hmm.
So, and that's helped me a huge amount because I still get a bit icky with it. Something that popped into my mind and it's gone pop right out again. But I definitely think that's the thing to do is to have one or two stock things, because obviously I haven't just started doing this, so I don't use that. It doesn't suit me unless we've got a new product. And then I talk about I've just started using this. But what I was going to say, the great thing though is that I find that the biggest conversation starter for me is that people comment about my skin. And that's, I think, if you and or whether or and if you can get into the conversation about that, or if you've got like you've had great results with the collagen, starting a conversation around mobility and that sort of thing is it's just a nice way to do it.
Definitely. And I think the thing is, it's divorcing yourself from the results,
Absolutely.
focus on the actions.
Yeah.
So it's all about taking the actions. Don't worry about the results, because the results will come the more actions you take. And the more times you ask people, the quicker you get at doing it. Just keep it simple. Just started this. I've had great results with collagen, great results with the LumiSpa. Would you be, or who do you know, or would you be open to test driving it just to, give your opinion? I'd love to know what you think. Or
And
who
that,
do you know?
yeah, that is just such an easy way to do it, because people don't feel as if they're being pressurized, and they can
No, not at all.
and so and I do genuinely, we do, the more reviews we've got the better. So Sam says even if they don't buy it immediately, if you can get them to do a review, you can build up a number of these, so the other people don't know they didn't buy it.
And also, if it is the Lumi and you're tracking who you've lent it to, when we have an offer, you've got all of those people to go back to. And I bet
Yes.
you they'll buy it then. So don't think that the things that you aren't doing aren't working, because
No.
they do work. We know they work. You just need to keep doing it, track it, keep a list so you can go, because we never know when, we don't know what New's going to like. We never know we're going to get one offer. Sometimes they do them at the most ridiculous times, but anyway, won't go into that too much. And then you're like, oh my God, I've got 48 hours. I need to get, but if you've got a list of people you've done Lumi or inquiries, you could go back, you can work really quickly on that. And that's the bit. That's the bit.
And it was very helpful because I've got so many different, I meet someone and there's like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think, well, what did I speak to you about last time? But if you find out what's going on with them, then you get a chance to put in what you're doing that would suit them.
Yeah. And the other thing I do, if I'm talking to somebody about Lumi and they've got an area on their skin which is, I tend to, so if, for example, they've got breakouts on their chin and I'm talking to them about the Lumi, it just makes your skin wonderful. And I touch my face where they've got their issue. And that makes, honestly, once I started doing, then I don't just do it naturally, because I do tend I do touch my face more than I should do. You know, I know we're not, but I've actually found that sometimes just makes them think without saying, oh, you know, you've got horrible breakouts there or whatever. You know.
I love that. That's brilliant. Thank you.